I'm asking to stay right here. Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me without the microphone?
Yeah.
I'm an old teacher, so I don't like microphones. Let's do this. I'm standing in the way doing lunch, but before we get to lunch, let's handle some real business, okay? So first, if I asked you or I told you I might call you up, I lied to you. I said, Mike, I am going to call you up, so come on up. Come on up. If I said I might call you up, it's no Mike, I'm calling you up. Come on up. Come on, man. Get big. Mr. Bay, come on up. I have to have you up. Come on up. Come on up. I have a boss. So I'm the president and CEO of EducationWorks in title. What does that mean? PowerCorp is a program under EducationWorks. With that is the Elect program. With that is out of school time. With that is in-school supports. You are part of a very big family. You're a program under EducationWorks. You're very special though. You're very special. And what people don't know about me, unless you've been with me for about 4 years, is that PowerCorp is one of the main reasons why I accepted this job. For a host of reasons. Forget the suit, forget the title, and all the fancy stuff. I'm born and raised in this city. I'm born and raised in a neighborhood just like yours. With the same experiences that took place in your life, I felt them believe it to this day. What people also don't know about people who have titles is that people weren't, in most cases, some people were born on third base. I wasn't born on third base. I was born outside the stadium. And I earned and I grinded, all right? What you don't know about me is I'm a former school worker, services to children in their own homes. Back in the day, that was the social worker of social workers. The social worker used to call you and say, can you do the visit for me? I had a dependent caseload and a delinquent caseload. So the things that you see in your neighborhoods with the people you call your friends, and when you hear about the traumatic episodes that happened in their lives or that happened in your life, I'm the person that can't pay you a visit regardless where you live. No matter what floor it was on, or whether the elevator was on fire, who's standing in front of it, doesn't matter, here I come. I worked in the maximum security lockup, Bloods and Crips from Pittsburgh. Back in the day, Hunting Park, 8th and Butler, OK Corral, Sexo Ortiz, JBM, Shower Posse, that's who I dealt with. So don't look at me today in a suit and think that boy don't know what he's talking about. Can't relate. I earned it. I don't say that to get a claim from you. I'm not saying that. That's not the story. The story here is, how do you work through the most difficult times? I heard a lot today. Now listen, I was gonna say some other stuff, but in listening to you, keeping my mouth quiet and developing big ears, I listen. So my message has changed. The notes are now gone. We're gonna build it off of what you started. Young man, what's your name again? Black shirt, white? Come on up. I need to talk to you. I need you up here. Come on up. We're gonna go through a quick exercise. Let's go through this exercise real quick. I'm gonna go down this line, and if you already did it, just work with me, all right? I want you to introduce yourself to this crowd. Whatever you like to share, only a couple of seconds. I'm not asking for a masterpiece here. Just introduce yourself. You want to do your title, your name, however you want to do it. Let's start with you. Introduce yourself.
My name is Colin Jones. I'm Deputy Climate Manager at PowerCorpPHL. I've been doing this work for the last 5 years. I'm very indebted to this program, and I'm very invested into the people that we serve.
Great. Let's go.
My name is Terrence Thompson. I work for the Center for Family Services, a program called PowerCorp Camden. I started my journey in Philadelphia, and I want to come back so bad.
Good one.
My name is Robert Stinson.
That's it? That's all you gonna give us, Robert? All right, let's do it.
I'm Alicia Lopez. You guys may know me as Angel. I'm a 3-term cohort member of PowerCorp, and now I'm the alumni advisor, and I take my education very seriously.
And she got a mean jab. Go.
Hello everybody, my name is Pedro Soto, former PowerCorp member Cohort 4, ACL Cohort 5, fellow Cohort 6, and afterwards worked at EducationWorks, so I know this program very well, and I know everybody here at least a little bit.
My man. Next.
My name's Sharif Bey.
Oh, don't say it with your chest, man. You talk to the chest.
My name's Sharif Bey. I'm a former member of the Young Kings, former GSI fellow. I just recently got employed in the last month and a half at First District Plaza, the Grand Ballroom, as a special events coordinator. And I'm just happy that I'm finally touching the bag.
My name's Sanil Hinton. I'm a YVRP youth partner advocate. I work with at risk. At risk is liable to kill, be killed by 25, and those are the type of people I work with. I just turned 26, so I guess I beat the odds.
Oh, man.
Amen.
If you on your phone right now, get off your phone. Because I was watching y'all the whole time. I was screen hustling. Let me tell you something. You on social media right now, that's bad business. We need to honor the people that we work with right now. So if you're on your phone, man, get off your phone for a second, man. Let's pay full attention to the people that we're with right now. It's not about me, it's about them. So let's do this. What you guys don't know, when you selected me to pick the talk, I told Julia when she asked me, don't pick me to speak just because I'm the CEO of this organization. Pick me because you think I'm going to add value to the conversation. I don't care about stripes. I got enough already. Don't need them. This is about the work. The reason why I had these young men and women come up here today is what you don't realize is when people are constantly view me as mentor, what they don't realize is I gain power from you in our conversation. Every last person in here, I either had a one-on-one conversation with or I watched you from afar. And if you know me well, I don't miss much. I got a bit of a reputation for it. They call me the ninja around the office, pop up out of nowhere. And I might not say something to you right there, I saw it, right? I shed tears with people up on this line. We shared very personal information on this line. We've interviewed for positions in this line. Some of those interviews failed. Some people came back and kept fighting for it anyway. Some people, you don't really know me like that, but I know you better than you think I know you because I got friends in that office and we talk about you all the time, right? That's what's representative here. And it's not about me, and it's not about people with titles, it's about you guys. Because the one thing you didn't hear in any part of people representing themselves and telling you about themselves is a title. And titles go two ways. That president CEO title, that sounds real cute till the weight of the decisions get on your head. Titles can be negative too. So this is the theme for this conversation, and I'm gonna go over 10 minutes. Here's the theme. The theme today is don't buy it. What is it?
Don't buy it.
Y'all power chorus to death with all that. What's the theme?
Don't buy it.
Don't buy it. First thing, don't buy it. Don't buy titles. Don't buy them. There's a lot of people with a whole lot of hefty titles, they don't deserve them. And we don't have to go too deep into that one, just look around. Does that individual person deserve the title that they hold? I didn't ask you whether you like them or not, I asked you did they deserve it. And we're gonna get to that one later. There are a lot of people who don't have a title that they make the world go round. My mom told me a long time ago, you treat people the way you want to be treated. And regardless if that person's the janitorial staff, no matter who they are, there may be a solution in their mouth, there may be an answer in their brain, and you better honor it. And I walk with that every single day. So just because you don't have a title necessarily, don't you ever let anybody discount you, who you are, and what you're about. Don't let it happen to yourself. When you do get a title put on you, make sure that title is honorable. I'm glad you finished last. At risk, y'all not at risk. Don't let that title get on you, bro. All right? And don't let who you work with, don't let them accept that title. You know what at risk is? It's a term that Gay came up with to figure out how we gonna get funded. How do I get funded and how do I use terminology so I pull at somebody's heartstring so they feel sorry for somebody so they give us some money. If you want to keep it funky, you want to keep it a bean, we all at risk. You step out your door, you at risk. You got a brain aneurysm jumping off of your head right now, you're at risk, you don't even realize it. How dare they throw a title on you like that? You're not at risk. You know what you are? You're a human being. You're not returning citizens. You're a damn citizen. And I said damn, put the damn on it. You're not a returning citizen. You're not poor. In this organization, we don't say poor people. I didn't hear a single person up here, when they introduce themselves, say, hi, I'm poor Mr. Bay. So when we talk about the work that we do, and when you serve people, you make sure you don't use those terms when you pay homage to the people you serve. You don't call them poor. Poor, at risk. What's another one? Throw them at me. Opportunity youth. That's slick talk. That's the latest and the greatest. That was going to be going in 5 years. There'll be a new term. You'll hear them. Make sure you don't apply them to yourself. Disconnected youth. What's disconnected about me? Tell me what's disconnected about me, other than the Wi-Fi is down right now. I'm a human being. So the one thing I'll say is that we should not buy by titles. And that goes both ways. You with me? Y'all with me? Yeah. I'm up here giving service, y'all not talking. Boundaries, real or unreal. We don't buy that. I have to tell people all the time that's not born and raised in Philadelphia, you got all these people that move from somewhere else, they gentrify, they go in like triple gentrified neighborhoods. Oh, I'm from Southwest Center City, that's Point Breeze. Stop playing with me. My whole family from Point Breeze, don't play with me. Ain't no such thing as Southwest Center City. And that's not a townhouse, that's a row home. Stop playing with me. And the thing I gotta tell people all the time, when they're not from here, stop looking at zip codes saying that's a neighborhood. You're tripping. If you're on 58th Street, you don't rock with people on 60th Street. That's the neighborhood, 2 blocks. Here's what I'm getting ready to tell you not to buy. Don't take pride in that. Because that kind of mentality, that 2-block mentality, is what rules us right now. It rules us right now. And I'm getting ready to get to the heart of it. This is one thing Miss Shelley, because I got a boss. Miss Shelley is my boss. She's everybody's boss. Y'all didn't realize that. Miss Shelley said, look, this is what we need to talk about. This needs to be a launching pad into the next thing. So I need you to touch on a couple of things. So this one's for Miss Shelley, right? That 2-block mentality that we all sort of was raised with, it holds us back. One of the biggest questions that we have in PowerCorp right now is this. How do I remain authentic but still progress? Recognize progress. And you guys wrestle with it, and young ladies wrestle with it every single day, right? You don't want to feel like you losing a piece of yourself as you work your way through the professional lines. Am I correct? Yes. That has been a hot topic for at least 3 years within PowerCorp. I know. What you need to realize is there's a big difference between being your authentic self and providing stretch for yourself. Those are 2 different things. I'm born and raised in North Philadelphia for the majority of my life. Moved uptown because my mom wanted a better life for us. I got more fights uptown than I did in North Philly. Factual. Right? Every neighborhood I hit, there was a couple rules that don't get applied. You hit it earlier. I wasn't raised to be nice to y'all. I was raised light-skinned, curly hair, they're gonna take my Funyuns going to the corner store because I'm light-skinned. Man, look, I'm gonna eat these Funyuns. Y'all not gonna have my Funyuns anymore, that's dead. Right? So I was raised not to appreciate and respect the people who look just like me. Guard is up, right? Think about what that does to us and our ability to network with one another. Think about it. You talked about it. You killed it. You told the truth. The way we were raised, we don't allow ourselves to be open and to say, what's up, brother? Shake your hand, love you. Just somebody saying I love you makes people like, oh, bro, what's up there? Pause. There ain't no pause, bro. What are you talking about pause? I'm a grown man, I don't need to pause anything. I'm secure of who I am. I love you. But those norms, those traditions make us not act of our full human selves. So be very careful about the boundaries that people put on you and how that impacts the rest of your life and your ability not to just claim Philly. Listen, I'm Philly proud. But when I started to travel, I realized the world was mine. You can't make the world be yours if you're still stuck in Philadelphia traditions that don't really honor you as a person. I'm gonna give you an example. When I grew up, man, you did not show your toes in public if you were a man. Boy, you better not come out here with your toes out. Is it still that way? Let me tell you something. My generation, you come outside with your toes out, you getting in a fight, bro. You're not even ready. You don't show your toes. So what did I do? My first time out of the country, because I want to live by a street code, I'm in Aruba with some Timbs on. Oh, no. Looking crazy. And what I had to look and realize was, here I am living by a set of codes that don't warrant themselves in the rest of the world. What I was denying myself my first trip overseas was the ability to be open and receive things that were different than me. And when I accepted that, what I realized was I was denying myself my human self. I allowed people to put boundaries on me because they said, oh, you're from here and you're this color, you act this way. I let it happen to myself. And it sounds funny, but that trip away woke me up. I deserve to take these shoes off and wiggle my toes in this fine sand. I deserve it. So what I want to share with you is, as you move forward, you need to know, don't allow these fake boundaries get in the way of your humanity and ultimately who you are. There's a difference between you being authentic and you providing stretch for yourself and being a whole human being. And they shouldn't be confused. For people who know me, I will keep it a bean in front of anybody. I don't care who you are. I am very authentic. But I will throw this suit on and kick you one time. I will, in a certain situation, know how to pull out certain words, and I will speak your language in the effort to get this thing done, this business done. Some of you might have caught me in a ducky block in West Philly and like, what is Mr. Wilson doing here? I'm out here being my authentic self. Yeah, right? So, my point is to you, don't buy fake boundaries that people set for you. And recognize the difference between authenticity and allowing yourself the space to have stretch. Don't buy it. What's next on the list? Make sure where you're from, related to this, is not a predictor of where you're going to be moving forward. Make sure where you're from, your zip code, wherever you call home, does not have to be a predictor of where you're going to be. And that's tied into the last thing we talked about. The other thing, this is especially for this generation, take it from a triple OG. Don't be so sensitive. Stop, get out your feelings. So as you matriculate, and I think on this whole road, we all talked about this at one point, one way or another. Right now, generationally, you guys come from a generation, and there's no shade, I'm just keeping it funky. You come from a generation where you go on Instagram, and you can easily set up a scenario where you win. How many times you got people on IG, you look at it like, that boy don't live like that. He don't live like that. It's escapism. You can create whatever you want about yourself on Instagram. When we get awards out, when people play sports, back in my day, one person got an award. You lost, you took that L, come back harder next year. Now everybody gets an award. Oh, he put his pads on today. Award for a pad. Come on, man. There's winners and there's losers. And I don't want to be corny and start quoting me. But it's winning the loss, right? Take the loss. Get back up. Do it again. Right? Make sure as you matriculate through whatever you're trying to do, whether that's being an entrepreneur, whether you work in business, stop being so sensitive. Because people are getting ready to give you all feedback. And how you respond to that feedback dictates who you're going to be in this world. Because if you can't take somebody and keeping it funky with you real good, you're not going to survive. If you want to have your own business, you still going to get feedback. Somebody can be on Yelp like, yo, this restaurant's corny. What you going to do about it? Right? So, the same way you accept the praise, make sure when the feedback comes, you take it. And you do an analysis. You recognize where the misstep was and where to improve. Don't buy anything other than that. If you surround yourself by people and all they do is tell you how great you are, you got the wrong team. If you're surrounded by staff and support and help, and all they want to talk about is the good times, wrong team. The only way anybody gets better is when they get feedback. My daughter gives me feedback every day. She just texted me some feedback not too long ago. But guess what? Even at 15, I gotta listen to my daughter. Sometimes I'm off. I think I'm hitting it. She's like, Dad, bro. Listen. Right? And I even had to swallow my pride, and I listen to my daughter. All right? So just feedback. Make sure you get feedback. And don't be sensitive when you get that feedback. Learn from that feedback. Improve from that feedback. Get stronger from that feedback. There's not a single person today you're going to find successful that it wasn't somebody in their life that didn't pull them to the side and say, you're bugging, and you're off, and you're wrong. Not a single person. So I encourage you, get back up when you get that feedback. Be strengthened by that feedback. With that, you guys don't have to stand up anymore. I just wanted to make sure I put on full display that everything that we do is an exchange. Forget the title, these are human beings. And that I learn and we learn from each other. And I just want to let you know in front of everybody that I love and respect you. And those conversations that we had, or maybe that we didn't have, but I was just watching, it fueled me. It powered me up. Mr. Bay, some of those conversations that we had, and I heard you, I heard you. I got a mean mouthpiece. I got a mean mouthpiece. That's you, right? And you do. And you called some things out that we talked about, right? Around entrepreneurialism and supports that we need, right? And what I said when I saw you today, I got something for you, because I listened, okay? So I just want to share with you guys the way we should all do our business is transactional, it's relational, and it's not one way, it's an exchange. So I want to say publicly, you're the embodiment of this speech. I love and respect you, and you power me up, all right? All right, so I'm sorry I put you on blast like that.